get this going. Cool. I'm Gannon, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Francis.
Francis. It's Francis.
C-E-S.
C-E-S.
Yes.
Perfect. I want to get the spelling right, just so, because the title of the video will basically be your name. So
okay.
There you go. So what I'm doing out here is I'm asking people what they believe and why and how they got there.
Okay.
And specifically like a belief that's like a motivating, inspiring belief that you really think is true.
Okay.
So those are kind of the criteria for it. Is there anything that you identify there?
Yeah, it's like, it's a little morbid sometimes, but
okay.
On a brighter note, it helps me make a lot of my decisions. I don't know, once I grappled with the fact that we all die, you know, I figured out that like I can do anything, you know, and like I don't feel invincible, you know, like I'm not going to hurt other people to get what I want, but once I realized that, it just made me so much more motivated to go out and do the things that I thought I can't do, or things that I always said I would do sometime later. So, you know, I like to, sometimes I self-project onto other people. I'm just like, dude, you're gonna die one day, like just do what you want, you know, like when people are having decisiveness, trying to make up their mind. But I mean, it definitely motivates me to do what I do every day.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm hearing you right, then it's like the fact that you know you're gonna die motivates you to get up in the morning and do the things you do.
So that I don't waste what I have now, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
So would you say like this is like a true belief, or is it sort of your opinion on how to live, or what would you say about that?
I definitely say it's my opinion. I know a lot of people live for other reasons, but for me, it's more of like overcoming that fear of death, you know, because as a child, you're just like, whoa, that thing happens, and I'm pretty scared of that to happen. But once I see it as something that's, you know, not necessarily near, not necessarily far, it's just something that's going to happen, it made me kind of open my eyes to not limit myself. So I guess it's more of my personal way of going about my daily life, but I definitely think it helped me overcome a lot of the limitations that I just set on myself with the concept of death.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay. So as far as like you mentioned that this is like a lifestyle that works for you, but do you think like everyone can adhere to the same way of thinking and get the same result there?
I don't know, because I was reading there is a lot of like I have OCD, and it's a branch of the anxiety disorders, and under that branch there's the fear of death that a lot of people it's what consumes their life. So for them, I might not necessarily suggest that way of thinking about things. They might have to preoccupy their mind with something else to be able to motivate them, but I definitely think it helps us to a certain extent. If you're very clear-minded and going about things, but you still put those limitations on yourself, I think realizing and accepting that it's going to happen and that there's nothing you can do about it helps you to just break free from that thought and kind of just do what you really want to do. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So as far as like let's expand the idea there.
Okay.
So when you say anything you want, do you think there's any limitation there?
Definitely yes, within like, you know, civil parts of life with law and moralistic values. I think it definitely differs from person to person. That's why I don't suggest everybody go by it. I think you have to have more of a level-headed personality and lifestyle to really understand what like the difference between the moralistic side and like the just chaotic side of it. Whereas some people might take that as, you know, a free ticket to do whatever they want, but I'm saying more like you can do whatever you want, in the sense of you should do what you want to do that's going to make you happy, you know, of course without interrupting other people's happiness. And occasionally that's going to happen, you know, like you break up with someone, if you think that it'll make you more happy, it might hurt them. But the other thing where it's like, I want to ram my car into that, no, that's kind of like the limit. But I think it only really works for people that know that boundary, for sure.
So if I'm hearing you right, it's like up to the point of hurting another person is the extent of that freedom.
Yeah,
right?
it's more like definitely that, and definitely like where you're not breaking a law, essentially.
Okay.
But you know, things will happen. So.
Cool. So as far as this being like a true belief, would you place like a high degree of confidence in this being true?
Yeah.
Or is it because you sort of mentioned it's like a lifestyle or an opinion?
I definitely think, well, of course, like, we're gonna die. That's so true. That's
right,
like, that's
okay.
a fact, you know.
Sure, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess definitely I could put a lot of confidence in the fact that it might help people, but it also might push people into that whole, you know, like the fear of death type of thing, where you'll either appreciate your life more or you'll be a little bit more consumed with the fact that it'll end. So I think it can go either way, but definitely I would put full confidence in thinking that way, just because definitely helped me as someone who like had that anxiety to just like break out of my shell more and do a lot more things.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So would you say there's anything that you could discover or come to find out that would lower your confidence in this being?
Well, if I saw somebody definitely using this like mantra or whatever to get, you know, personal gain with that bad chaotic side, it would definitely lower my confidence a little bit, but I would hope that people understand it from a more moralistic value rather than here's my free ticket to go do whatever I want. You know, I just have to accept that I'm going to die and now I can do whatever I want, you know. That would probably lower my confidence a little because I'd lose a little faith, but I definitely think that it's something that I've definitely striven to live by, and I think maybe if other people kind of realize that sad, morbid truth, it might help them out a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So,
Sweet.
Do you have anything else to add to the...
I mean, you just got to do what you got to do and
Gotta do that.
live your life. So,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, well, thanks
Thank
so much
you.
for taking the time, Francis.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. If you want
I'll
to take a
check
card
you
here,
out,
yeah. If you, so it's the intention is to put it up on YouTube. So you know, if you